Coach, is this Coach Auer?
Hi, Anthony. How are you?
Good. How about you? Thank you so much for your time. I know that you are calling us from volleyball camp as we speak. How's everything going?
Yep. It's going good. It's going real good. Girls are working hard.
We inch closer. The official practices and tryouts are starting for you next week. Tell us about your summer and what kind of things you've been doing to get ready for the official start date next week.
Well, usually we hit June pretty hard. We do scrimmages with 4 or 5 other teams once or twice a week. And then July is very much a down month for us. Crestview refinishes their gym floors in July. They have since I started coaching there. So we do a jump stretch class in Columbiana once a week. And that's pretty much all until team camp, which leads right into practice next week.
And, you've been able to have a quote unquote normal summer this year, unlike last year where, COVID-19 kind of made you have a very unique and different summer. And what's it going to be like this year now that you can kind of get back to normal and have a summer that kind of describes normal volleyball for you guys and can prepare you normally for a season?
Well, last year was kind of weird. We weren't allowed to scrimmage anyone until mid-July, which we normally don't do anything in July at all. So we lost our whole June. So when we started in August, we were still able to do our team camp right before season started. So we kind of got our jump start there. But I felt like we were just behind as far as team chemistry and just playing together on the court. So this year we had a very strong June. We showed up very well at our scrimmages. So I feel like we have that chemistry. And then this team camp gets all the fundamental skills out of the way. So, I mean, come in Monday, I feel like we're going to be ready for games before the games start, which is a great thing. Much different from last year.
I'm sure team camp is also a great way to build some team bonding exercises and get some team chemistry up in the air. What kind of things do you guys do preseason wise to get team chemistry and team bonding up before the season starts?
Well, generally our seniors take charge of the team bonding experience. So they usually have a team sleepover or team dinners, or we've had team movie night in the gym before. So I kind of let the kids take charge of that, especially because I have my own children in the program. I like to step back and just let the kids take charge of the team bonding. And so the seniors usually come up with something good.
What seniors do you have and leaders do you have this year coming back? I mean, I know it was such a successful year last year. And if I remember right, pretty young team last year with a lot coming back for this season.
We graduated 3 seniors. We graduated Molly Emsch, Alisha Flowers, and Emily Boyarko. They were all great players. Molly was, I believe, a 3-year letter winner, so she was a huge spot to fill. This year I have returning Lucy Montgomery, Shelby Rambo, Kendra Greaves, Hannah Cope, Lainey McCurry, and Kendall Fletcher will be my 6 seniors. And then Grace Auer will be a sophomore. And those are my varsity players from last year.
And man, use the 6 seniors. I know you're not unfamiliar with having a big senior class. A couple of years ago, I remember covering 8 seniors on your group, and now 6. What kind of advantage is it to have so many seniors and so many leaders out on the court, and to be able to kind of lean on them a little bit?
Well, it's really cool because my 6 seniors from this year, 5 of them were almost on the court all the time last year. So we have a ton of varsity experience. That was different for us last year. When they were juniors, only 2 of them had played varsity. So the beginning of the season was getting used to the varsity pace, was getting used to that. I mean, once they got on, it was fantastic. This year we're past that. We have all this experience. And Grace Auer is also a sophomore who played varsity last year. So, I mean, the majority of the kids on my court have been playing varsity for at least 2 years.
And of course, fans listening hear the last name Auer and know that you're Coach Auer. And of course, you're not unfamiliar with coaching your own daughter either. So what's it like, that dynamic and being able to still insinuate the coaching with Grace and see her grow from year to year?
Well, it's really cool. When my kids are young, I try not to coach them. I've had some great club coaches, some great middle school coaches. So I kind of just step back. So I feel like by the time they're in high school, they're mature enough athletes that they can see me as coach rather than mom. And it's fun. I feel like when my kids are in the gym, I treat them like every other kid. And I feel like the players know that. Sometimes my kids might get a little bit harder punishment or more expectations just because, that's a parent. But I really look at all of the kids as they're kids of our program. And my JV coach, my assistant coach, my freshman coach have always taken the role of, watching my kid play. And if they feel like they move to the next level, they make that decision first before I make that decision. So, we treat them like every other kid. When they're working, we expect them to work hard. When they're on the court, they need to do their job, and they end up where they should be. So I enjoy it.
Back-to-back district championships for you guys, going for a third in a row. It's got to be a whirlwind, and I know you guys are not unfamiliar with success, but now coming back for another season, how do you guys kind of stay away from a little bit of complacency and realizing that, you're starting nothing and nothing's given to you just because you've won 2 districts in a row?
The girls are hungry. They already talk about getting back to Barberton. They don't like the feeling of walking off that court with a loss, and they know that it's a long road to get back there. It's not just skill. It's there's a little bit of luck involved in tournaments. There's a lot of hard work. So they know right now that if they want to get back to that platform, if they want to win our league, if they want to win the district, they have to start from day one getting better every time they step on the court.
And, we've been talking a little bit in the last week with other volleyball coaches and just in the show in general about taking that next step in the area of volleyball. And you've been to regionals quite a bit, and it gets real really quick in Barberton because you're playing these teams from Canton and Massillon that are just seem to be at the next level of volleyball. What kind of growth have you seen from the volleyball in the area, and what's it going to take to kind of get us to the point where we can really call ourselves at that level of the regional contenders?
Well, I feel like when you get to more of the higher populated areas, obviously they have more club teams. They have more national level, American level club teams that are playing higher competition. We have some great clubs around here. We have some great club teams, but we don't have as many. So, the pool it's just like a small school versus a large school. The pool of kids you're pulling from to make these teams is smaller. So when we play those teams that are from a higher populated area, not only do they, obviously they're the same size school as us, but they have more of a pool in the clubs that they're playing in, so they're playing at a higher level. I'm going to say not everyone, but the majority of them can be playing at a higher level. So I think that they see more good volleyball, higher level volleyball year round than we do. I think it's getting stronger here. I think there's more interest. I think more kids are playing club. More kids are, really wanting to play that higher level volleyball. So I think we get closer and closer and closer, but it's tough. Some of those teams we run into in districts they're the real deal.
In basketball, they have the advantage of having a holiday break that's like a week long where they can go and travel to Columbus if they want, or they can go to travel to Cleveland, or some teams go to Florida and play at the ESPN Center and play against really, really strong competition from out of the area. Volleyball, obviously, not a lot of long holiday breaks during the volleyball season, but has there ever been an inkling or an attempt to try to get the teams out of the area and try to play maybe a team from Massillon or Canton to expose the team to that kind of competition before you get to Barberton?
We really haven't. I always do save a scrimmage that I try to get a good team in that's doing well in the postseason before. But our schedule is just like boom, boom, boom. It's like game, game, game. So the time in between is so small. And we, as a league, travel so far that the time to make more out of league farther away games, I just don't feel like it's there.
And, that's no knock because you got a tough schedule anyway with the area. I know you open up with Lakeview, and that was a heck of a match last year between 2 really good teams, and that's playing up a division, Lakeview Division 2. So, when you look at that team, first game on your schedule, that's got to make you guys really excited for the next couple of weeks to really prepare for a great match right out of the gates.
Oh, yeah. Lakeview's going to be very strong this year. I know several of their players, very strong program. I'm excited. I think the girls are excited. A game like that can go either way, especially being the first game. You not only have the excitement, the jitters, the nerves, but then you have this great competition going on. So I'm expecting it to be a fun game. I think both teams will show up, and I think it will be a fun game to watch.
And you talked about your conference, you're adding Garrettsville Garfield to that MVAC tier. Can you talk a little bit about their volleyball program? I know we haven't been exposed to it at YSN, but what kind of volleyball does Garfield bring to that conference, and what do you expect to see from them?
I honestly can't answer that. I'm expecting them to be competitive. I know they have a good track program because our track team ran against them quite a bit, so I know they have athletes there. I don't know much about their volleyball program at all, so I'm kind of going into that one blind as well.
Plenty of time to focus on that, Coach. What are about some new faces that Crestview volleyball fans should be expecting to see contribute at the varsity level this year?
Well, given that we haven't had tryouts or anything yet, I mean, anything can happen.
Right.
I have a lot of juniors who were previously JV players. They're stepping up, playing hard. I have some freshmen from last year that are really stepping up in this summer scrimmages and whatnot. I do have a freshman. She's actually the youngest of a volleyball family. We have Abby Emsch coming in as a freshman who is measuring at 6'2.5", and she's been playing some competitive volleyball. So I expect some big things out of her, as well as the other underclassmen that are moving up.
There aren't too many communities that support volleyball the way that Crestview does. I remember last year when it was limited fans, they had to exit the gym after the JV so the varsity fans could get in. I mean, it was one of those situations where it's hard to keep Crestview volleyball fans away from that gym. Now, knock on wood that you get kind of full capacity back again. How exciting is it to really get that community back supporting you in person and to be able to feed off the energy of that crowd that you guys get in that gym?
Oh, I'm excited. I mean, so many times the girls asked last year, can we please have a student section? Can we please try to get fans here? And we couldn't. I mean, it was out of our control. And so I'm really hoping that with my seniors being vocal, being excited and loud, and I hope that they invite their friends. I hope the friends come, and I hope we can bring that student section back. I know we have great parent support, great community support. So, yeah, I really hope we can get a lot more faces in the gym this year.
And you've been doing it for a while. What is it about the Crestview program? I know you played for him too. What is it about it that you think is just so easy to keep coming back and so easy to keep doing what you do?
You know, I played many, many years ago under the great Judy Gregory, which I always reference her because, I mean, she started this all. It's always been fun. We expect a lot out of these kids, but it's a very positive environment, and they know that they're coming in there, they're going to work hard, and they're going to feel good when they leave the gym. Like they're going to get they're going to get rewarded by their success, by the amount of energy, time, effort that they put in to practices, to games. And it's just fun. It's just, we have great kids. I mean, great coaching staff. It's just a fun environment to be in. And we spend a lot of time in the gym, and they do work very hard. I mean, Monday morning, the first thing we do is we meet on the track, and they're all dreading the track, you know, but they can't wait for practice to start.
You mentioned already the JV coach, the assistant, the freshman coach. I want to give you the time to kind of shine a spotlight a little bit on your coaching staff, because I know they put in a lot of work just like you do, and sometimes the staff doesn't get as much light as they should. So talk about your staff and what they kind of bring to the program.
Well, Mackenzie Cross actually went to Crestview. She played at Westminster, and I've known her since I was an athlete at Crestview. She's very positive. She's very knowledgeable about the game. She's just really fun to be around. The girls just love Coach Cross. She has 4 boys, a very busy life. So we don't see as much of her in the summer as we would like to, obviously. But the second she walks in the gym, all the girls are super excited to see her. And she's just very knowledgeable, fun person. We just all love Coach Cross. And she's been coaching with me for a long time. Sarah Finch is our freshman coach. She, I believe, went to Louisville and played a little bit in college. And she is also a math teacher at Crestview. Sarah is phenomenal with the freshmen. She can take a group of 6, 7, 8 and just really hit hard on the basics, teach the kids what they need to do, get them ready for the next level. I always look forward to getting kids into the freshman program because it's a really specific time where she takes them and works on skills that helps them become stronger players. So that freshman to sophomore jump is pretty big because of the time that they get to spend with her. So that's always cool. She's a great coach. This year, our varsity assistant is actually going to be Casey Landsberger. Casey played for me, I want to say 6 years ago, I believe. When she was a senior, we went to we won district finals and made it to regionals. That was kind of like a very exciting season. Casey brings a lot of energy, enthusiasm. I'm super excited to have her back on board. She had been coaching middle school in the past, but her work schedule had made it so she couldn't she was actually a Beaver local middle school coach, and the drive was too far for her. So I kind of scooped her up, and she's going to be our varsity assistant. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I love that we're continuing the trend of Crestview Volleyball with the coaching of the generations, because I know in years past, Coach Gregory has helped you out, and we've seen Coach Baker help you out, and you coach her, of course. It's fun to see the generations of Crestview Volleyball be on that bench, and I'm glad to see it continue.
It makes me happy. Like, I love to see that they love volleyball, that it's become something that they've kept in their life. Coach Baker may pop in and out at times this year to help out as well. She's very busy with her 5 children, and I completely understand that. But yeah, I love that it's a part of them, that they want to carry on and be a part of it too.
As long as she brings some of that Baker's Dairy milk, then
the kids love that.
You talked about the freshman team. A lot of schools that are the same size as Crestview are not privileged with the numbers to have a freshman team. How proud is it for you as a coach and the lead of the program to be able to say that you do have the numbers to put together a freshman team, and you can clearly see the growth of interest in volleyball in your community?
I credit a lot to our junior high program for that. Their job is to teach the kids the game, but also make them love the game, like make it fun. Cindy Straney is our 8th grade coach this year. She's been coaching since I was in middle school. And Diane Campbell will be our 7th grade coach. And then we have some assistants that'll be helping them out. Miranda Barnett, who used to coach JV and coached 8th grade for me, and then Bree Cope, who was also a Crestview player. So, everyone on our staff is a Crestview person except for Sarah Finch, but she now coaches at Crestview, so we consider her a Crestview person. But I feel like our middle school program really gets the kids interested, and then it just kind of takes off from there. And obviously, it's year by year. Every year we say, do we have enough for a freshman team? And if we can get 7 solid kids to make a team, we're going to have that team. I'm very fortunate that Crestview supports that, and that we give these kids that opportunity, that one more year to get stronger, so they can potentially make that JV varsity team.
Before I let you go, I do want to highlight one of your players that has always just impressed me so much, in Lucy Montgomery, because I remember 2 years ago she was one of your setters. Didn't really get to hit a lot. Last year, we got to see that Lucy Montgomery can swing and can hit really well, and actually hits down the line pretty well, which is something you don't see a lot at this level. Talk about her growth from last year to this year even now, and the things you're seeing that might excite fans of her to say that, she's going to make even more strides from junior to senior year.
I'm honestly, Lucy has grown so much as a volleyball player. She's always been athletic, always been strong, but she's become mentally tough. And she has expanded her game from setting a 5-1 2 years ago when we went to regionals to becoming a hitter and running a 6-2 last year. I think it adds a whole new dimension to our team to have those 2 setters and 2 hitters that are so strong in their positions. I'm super excited for Lucy. She's actually not at team camp this week because she is in Florida at a volleyball camp, looking towards her future. So we definitely miss her this week, but I'm super excited for the season. And if you look, I'm in a position where I have some great hitters, and we have Lucy and Grace setting. So it's a great combination. Our defense is coming together. It's really, I'm very excited for this year. We have Shelby Rambo back. It's going to be her 4th year on varsity. She's bringing some power. She's getting a really high block. Kendra liberoing. I have Hannah and Lainey. Like I said, it's a really nice team dynamic. They all know their rules. They know their jobs, and it's a great group. I'll say that a million times. I really like these kids.
Coach, we are just as excited as you are. We can't wait for August 21st. Crestview, Lakeview, that's a great way to start the volleyball season. And you might see us down there for that game, because we are just as excited as you for the season to start. And Crestview Volleyball is one of the highlights of the area. So good luck this season. Thank you so much for taking the time out of volleyball camp to give us a call, and we look to talk to you again real soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anthony. We'll talk to you soon.